Hey there, Starseeds, intuitives, empaths, lightworkers, and those who are just in tune with the cycle. I'm pulling cards just for each of those today. I'm super excited. This is Moonlit Water that you stumbled on, and my name is Maggie, and this is the Soul Growth series. And so today we'll pull some cards for each of those signs. I already started recording once, and then I couldn't read, so I actually had to put more light on the subject, and so. Here we go. So you already have for star seeds. I already have for you the messenger. Oh, yeah, you can see that. Excellent. So the messenger says, you are part of the lineage of souls who have dedicated their lifetimes to the upliftment of the planet, to returning time and time again to seed the light. The crystalline ones, the ones who are here to plant the sacredness of life back in, to honor both the sacred, feminine, and masculine, to usher deeper reverence back in. Many ascended masters are thought to be connected to the energy of Sirius, often appearing. So the messenger says Sirius energy bringing harmony and balance. I'm so sorry. I had started already. Often appearing as a shade of blue, they hold the frequency of pure love and are here to help the masculine and the feminine exist in harmony. So if you think about that, that's like the energy of St. Michael, of Mother Mary. They pop into my mind right away. Okay, so to ensure, and Isis and Hathor, they have this blue light around them. Okay, to ensure greater balance, to help to see that we are all connected and that the masculine and feminine energies exist within us all. You are being called to bring about this balance and harmony between the masculine and the feminine, to be the guardian of harmony and balance on Earth. Think of the whales traveling around the globe. So the whales are considered to be from Sirius, and they are the keepers of the ancient wisdom, the ancient knowledge. When Atlantis was going down, the dolphins and the whales took in the knowledge, and they're holding it safe for when it's safe to release it again to the general population of the world. And so the whales have this ancient knowledge that they travel around the globe with, sharing love through their healing vibrational song, this unique notes and balance of harmony to every corners of the planet. So for those of you that really resonate with the whale, and I know actually a couple people that do, then you are quite likely from Syrian. You're probably Syrian. Starseed is quite likely that is true. There's such if you feel like that really strong pull toward that. Think they're unique notes, and they send balance and harmony to every corner of the earth. A rebalancing of the masculine and the feminine is occurring worldwide. It is the resurgence of the sacred within us all, returning to the sacred union within, a rekindling of heaven and earth. You can begin to bring harmony and balance by creating it in your own life. The ripples will flow out from there. You can honor the balanced, sacred, masculine and feminine energies within yourself. So everybody has divine masculine and feminine within them. When we honor that, when we honor our emotions, when we honor our need to create, that's to go out there and conquer the world. We have those are both things, right? It's taking action and also being open to receiving. And so when you can honor both parts of you, you are helping to bring in the light and raise the vibration of the planet in the direction that you originally planned to when you incarnated. And you probably have been here more than one time, and this was a very important time to come. The cycle of the earth, right? As we shift from the Piscean energy into the Aquarian energy, we needed all the light workers and star seeds and all the energy to come in, the angelic help. There's so much, because in order to raise this vibration, and as people are waking up, they need to be supported. And so as you are waking up, and you are learning and you are growing, you are being supported, but you also in turn will support others. And the best way to start is by starting within your own life, within your own family, within your own soul, of trying to create a balanced atmosphere of masculine and feminine, where we get to support each other, where we listen, where we speak our mind, like we're not afraid to speak up, but at the same time we're willing to listen and understand and allow others to think. So you have the portal. So you have the portal, and you also have the blue flame. So there's a lot of Syrian energy coming in around this. So the portal says doors are opening, you decide, rewards, and it's a wild card, and which is really interesting because you also receive the choice card. And the choice card says by staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of your choice. And so there's a portal opening. There's a portal opening. I'm going to suggest that this blue light, this Syrian energy is calling to you, and that there is going to be a real need to answer the call. I just heard clarion call in your soul to respond. So your thoughts are extra powerful to you right now. Planets are aligning, the timing is right, the universe is saying yes, you have the Midas touch. Your hard work is being rewarded. This is a time when you can reap the rewards of efforts made in the past. It is also a time in the past or past lives, right? It is not necessarily just this lifetime. It is also a time when you can achieve a lot. Great leaps can be made. Extreme transformation can occur. Great distance can be traveled in a short space of time. You are swimming with the cosmic current of life. What experience would you like to have? What do you want to create? What new adventure would you like to manifest? Don't lose focus. Use the moment and time wisely. Be conscious and clear with your emotions and thinking. Projects that you have been working on are coming to fruition. Things are in full bloom. It is time to take your harvest and taste your well-earned fruits. Well, when this card comes up in a spread, it can be a sure sign that effortless change is possible. We have a new moon coming up soon in Taurus, and so that's in Mother Earth and Gaia, this energy to plant something that has the ability to be have a lot of longevity and strength, and so really manifest something. So I really highly recommend that you use this energy around this new moon to really plant your seed of intention for what it is you want to bring, and use that for your portal. It has been looking for a sign. This is your portal into the new reality. Now is the time to make the big changes. If you've been guided to switch things up, you are extremely well supported right now. Use this energy and jump right on in. And we have 2 eclipses coming, right? So after this new moon in Taurus, then we have 2 eclipses, and so there is this energy and this doors that are opening. Is not just one, and what I'm seeing right now, it looks like a hallway, and then you open the door, and then there's another hallway, and you open the door, and so you're just gonna, and then there's a choice point. Do I go left? Do I go right? What do I want to do? And I actually feel like there's multiple doors at the end. Like you can pick what it is that you truly want to do. What does your soul call for you to do? This is the blue flame. The blue flame says spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. So this is a very powerful time. I'm going to take just a second here and ask you to hit the thumbs up if you have not already done so. And also, I am going to be in bed this weekend by the time this comes out. So anybody that would like to help me out by doing timestamps, it would be so appreciated. I really would appreciate that. I won't be able to do that. I do feel like it's very possible that all of these things will resonate, especially with the starseeds. But I think as we go down the line, I think you're going to find that these things really resonate for you in multiple areas. So here we go. Found it. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you are going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. In the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening. It can feel very scary when we are going through it alone. Yes. Elsewhere, they can be used as an auspicious experience, with those going through them being treated with tender care. The blue beings are thought to be activating beings with potential for healing and upgrading of our cellular structures. So again, that crystalline energy of the starseeds, of the Syrian starseeds too, right? They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical kundalini awakening, deep cellular and DNA healing. So what I am hearing right now is that this is not just for Syrian star seeds. There seems to be some kind of an extra energetic cycle around them right now. But the Palladians are here going, yeah, but we're here too. And Octarians have been showing up lately. And so I know that there's a lot of energy coming in from other planets and other sources, and they don't want you to think you're being left out. Star seeds come from all over, and you probably have spent time on multiple different solar systems. And so your presence here is being acknowledged. Oh my God. So they are like, they're bowing, and they're in honor and awe of your courage to incarnate at this difficult time and to help to lift up this planet, and you answered the call. So no matter where you originate from, no matter where, you answered a call to come and to bring in your beautiful light and your energy. And so the awakening is happening. And for some of you, it is weird. You're like, what is all of this that's going on? And there's a lot of support around you. And the DNA that is being activated through these waves of Aquarian energy that is coming in is it comes in waves. So also what we have going on, and next week I'm going to do the video on Neptune. Sorry, one more time. Jupiter moving into Pisces, because that's going to move in and out like waves, and that's like waves of healing. And so there's this energy of when all this Aquarian energy right now is about activating us and waking us up, and then the Piscean energy is going to come in and soothe. Okay, so it's like it looks like oh God, really? Ooh, okay, it looks like road burn. Like somebody had road burn, like something suddenly happened and it like ripped the skin off, and you're like, whoa, what is that? And then this energy comes in and it soothes it and it heals it, and then you're lifted up. Wow, that was really, I gotta say though, during my awakening, it was like road burn. That is not actually that is a pretty true statement. I was in the depths of despair, and I really surprised I made it out of there. So it was painful. It hurt a lot. And so this need to have this healing, soothing energy come in. And so I got off track here, sorry. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, the reality is messier and more difficult than most of us believe. Oh, that's why we were talking about it. It is not fun. It was not fun. It was, I literally was a week away from my planned suicide. And Spirit was like, what are you doing? Like, really, what are you doing? Like, you signed up to be here. You have work to do. And I'm like, it hurts so much to do this work. And this was happening during 2010 and 2011. And I have to tell you, and all the way through 2014, and I have to tell you that what is going on with this Jupiter moving through Pisces energy is going to activate whatever was going on in your life at that time. So be sure to check out that video when it comes out. I don't know what it's going to talk about, but I have a feeling there is a lot of need to heal some of that stuff. But for me, the way I can explain the awakening process for me is it was like I was in the bottom of a well, and it was so dark I couldn't even see the light, and Spirit came and shone a light, and they told me I needed to move. I couldn't stay there. So I started crawling over these shards of rocks and cutting me up. And so, yeah, a lot like road burn. I was so beat up by the pain I was going through. It was really difficult. It was a long, hard road up. And in the middle of it, about halfway up, I'm like, this is so hard. And I was at church and I was crying. It was Holy Thursday. And if you're Catholic, you know, Holy Thursday can be a 2-hour mass. It's an hour and a half, and then I always stay for like another hour, so like 2.5 hours. And I couldn't stop crying. I started crying from the minute I got there, and I could not stop. And Saint Michael showed up, and he's like, wow, you're having a pity party. So I talked to him about what's going on. He's like, yeah, I got that, don't worry about it. And I'm like, oh. And I did. I felt so much better. And he's like, you got stuff to do. Keep moving. So I kept moving. And I kept moving. And so it has been, it was another couple years before I started my YouTube channel. But it was a very long, not that long ago, but a very long, arduous process. Awakening is hard work. And so I just want to thank you for being brave and courageous, for coming here. Like, people look at you like, not all people, but there are enough people still that look at you like, you okay? Because that doesn't make sense. That's a little crazy. It's not crazy. I think what's crazy is that you think you only come here one time, and either you hit the lotto and you have a great life, or your life sucks like crazy and then you die. Like, that sounds crazy to me. Like, really? How does that even make any sense? I remember when I was little talking to my mom one day, and then I was sitting in mass and they had been talking about purgatory or something like that. So I was one of those strange little children that actually listened in mass all the time, totally listened to everything they had to say. And I got home and I said to my mom, I go, this is purgatory. She's like, what? I said, that space between heaven and hell, where you have to learn your lessons, where you have to pray for forgiveness, which, you know, Catholics teach. And you have to, but you do have to forgive others and yourself. So in a way, that's not wrong. But I'm like, all that time where you are putting yourself out there for others and caring for others and nurturing others so that you can heal your own soul. I said, that's where we are right now. And she's like, yeah, that's not how that works. But you know what? I really think it is. So I'm not convinced she's right at any point of that. I don't know how much you can really call Earth as purgatory. It's definitely school. It's definitely the opportunity to learn and grow. It is the opportunity to trust yourself and your intuition. It is your opportunity to love unconditionally yourself and others. It is your opportunity to forgive others and yourself unconditionally. And so, Starseeds, thank you. Thank you for, one, making the choice to be here, and two, right now at this choice point where this energy is flowing in, you choosing to light your blue flame or whatever you came from, the flame inside of you that says, okay, it is time to get to work. It is time to start doing the things I came here to do. It is time, and it is not going to be easy. And as you work through this energy and you go through it, forgive yourself along the way, but leave space for integration. So it is not, so you spiral up and you come down. And then it's sort of like the planets when they retrograde. They don't retrograde all the way back to the beginning of time, but they retrograde back quite a bit, and then they move forward. So it's kind of like that. You go down, you go up, but you never go as far. And so you keep going up. And so keep going up, keep moving. It's amazing. It's a great opportunity. All right. So let's take a look at what the messages are for the light workers. So this is going to be a long video, I guess. All right. So light workers, if you're just hitting that button, I want to thank you so much for checking this out. I'm going to pull some cards just for light workers. But of course, check out the other readings, because more than one thing could resonate. You could be a light worker and an intuitive. You could be a light worker and an empath. You could be totally someone that's all about the cycles. You could be a starseed and a light worker, which, honest to God, when I look at the list of stuff I'm covering today, I feel like I'm all of them. And so that could be you too. So, I'm definitely a starseed. I am a light worker, and I am intuitive. And with all that Pisces stuff going on, I'm very empathic, not as debilitating as some of the empaths that may be watching this, where they absorb everything. But I had to learn to put the protection around me, and that will be part of your job too. But let's take a look at what we have for the light workers, and the light workers are supposed to be having some fun. Okay, so you're being asked, what is triggering you now? You have the mirror. What is triggering you now? There was something that just, Okay, so we had, even channel, I can't hardly think. We had Venus, Gemini, and the sun all move over Chiron. Chiron is in Aries, and Aries is the I am, right? It's the what you value, it's who you are. It's the energy of you as a small child, excited, but things have happened. And when Chiron when Chiron is in Aries, that's the wounded child really getting triggered. And so as these planets were moving over that, and within a couple of years, Jupiter is going to come through there, and then Neptune is going to be making its way through there. And so there's a lot of inner child work, I would say, over the next 10 to 12 years. It's a cycle. Okay, right? Everything's a cycle, but start now. Don't delay. What was triggered for you over the last few weeks? What really made you go, ouch, that hurt? And honestly, it's probably something that happened around 2010, 2011, 12, right in there. There was some stuff that was going on, other planets and stuff that would have helped to trigger this. What came up? What is triggering you? Because when you can identify that, then you can start the healing process. You could start looking at it and go, okay, I understand this. I understand this. I understand that people in my life are here to help me to identify the things that I promised myself I'd come here to work on, but I couldn't remember when I came in because of amnesia. So I'm going to work on those things. I'm going to spend my time on that. I'm going to figure out how I can forgive myself, how I forgive the people that are here, the souls. Forgiving the souls that came in to teach you the lessons. I have a relative that a few years ago during my awakening process, so back then, I would say it was 2012 when we had this conversation. I'm going to plug in and hopefully it doesn't jack up the picture. If it does, I'll unplug it, but I just don't want to lose you guys. 2012, okay? This conversation was really, I was like, I really don't want anything else to do with you. I don't. You were horrible to me, and I really don't want anything else to do with you. And I heard, you're always such a victim. I'm like, I'm not being a victim. I'm identifying something that did not work for me, and I'm walking away from it. Well, you need to forgive and forget. I do forgive you, and I do. I'm still not 100% sure what the lesson was yet, so I'm still working through some of that, and I have a feeling that's going to come back up. I think I'm going to get a chance to look at that all over again. This person, by the way, is in Aries, and so I'm fairly certain this is going to come up again. So, working my way through that energy, doing the healing, but that does not mean, and this is what I told that individual, that does not mean that I need to have you in my life. I don't have to forget the lesson. That's ridiculous. I can forgive you. I can be grateful that you pointed this out to me. I can be grateful that you're my mirror, but I do not need to hang out with you and put up with being treated like that. And neither do you. Right? So what's being triggered? Who are these mirrors? Are these people that you can have the conversations and you grow and you learn together? That's a possibility, and that would be the best possibility, right? That's the best case scenario. But ultimately, you need to pick self-love. In Aries, Chiron and Aries will pick self-love. Chiron and Aries will choose to nurture the inner child. Chiron and Aries will heal the inner child, and so that's what's important. So what happened to you? What needs to be fixed? What needs to be healed? And be willing to take the steps to do that. You have create heaven on earth. It is happening. Absolutely. In the now moment. Right this minute. Absolutely right this minute. The Starseeds are going, why'd you read the book? Because I don't really know that book. I just got that one. This book I know. Okay, so creating heaven on earth because it's happening right now. That's your goal. You're the light worker. You are the lighthouse that shines at the edge of the rocky peninsula that juts out into the ocean, that sends out the light so that the beam shows all the rocks that are out there. so that other people don't crash on the rocks when they're going by. But you can't do that if your light isn't bright. So how do you make your life bright? You choose yourself. You pick you. What makes you have fun? What is creative? What right now in this moment, what choice can you make that's like, yeah, that's what I want to do? And you can't be self-serving. Self-centered is not such a bad thing. Self-serving can be, right? So self-centered means you're very centered within yourself and you are aware that you deserve to have fun. You deserve the good things in life. There's nothing wrong with that. If you picture love of yourself as a bunch of champagne glasses that are piled up and you pour into the top and it pours down the sides, well then, oh my goodness. Then as you fill up your cup of love, it spills out into everybody else. And the same is with your light. So when you do what brings you the joy, what creates the heaven on earth for you right this moment, and then you shine that light out and it shines out brightly into the darkness, and people who are waking up, souls that are waking up, can see your light. I do want to warn you that when your light is bright, you will attract all kinds of entities. So you're going to have to protect yourself. You're going to have to get in the habit of every morning starting out by putting that circle of light of protection around you. Every day. It has to be a thing you do. You call on St. Michael or whoever you want to guide you, to guard you and protect your energy as you go through the day, because you are a light. And I know my light is bright. I know this, okay? And I don't want to sound like I'm stuck up or anything. I'm not. I know my light is bright. I know it because of what I attract into my life. And I attract the good and the bad. And I recently moved, like in the last year or so, into a new place. And there was this guy that lived here. He glommed on to me so fast because he wanted to know what I knew about energy. He wanted to know, he like sent me this email. He was into the dark arts and he wanted me to work with him on something. And it was like, whoa, dude. I was talking to him one day and he was doing this. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm touching your aura. Can you feel it? I thought, oh, this is not okay. Like, I'm just staring at him. I'm like, that's not okay. So I had to clear my energy big time. I had to clear the energy for me, and he had wormed his way into a lot of my neighbors, and their energy was all jacked up. And so I've been spending a lot of time clearing a lot of people's energy so I can live here in harmony, because I really want to be in harmony. So you will attract the light and the dark. Shine bright and protect yourself. You know how the lighthouse spins its light around? When you get up in the morning, spin your light around and create that circle of light around yourself and ask for the guidance and the guardianship of those who are your protectors. All right? That's so key. But creating heaven on earth, shine your light. And how do you do that? You have fun. You co-create with spirit. You laugh, you sing, and by the way, you dance. You have the dance one. It says do something to shift your vibration. If you are not feeling like you're living in heaven on earth, go find something fun to do. So, one of my spirit guides, I don't often share this. I can't believe I'm going to say this. One of my spirit guides is actually George Michael. So when I'm feeling a little down, I will put on his music and I just dance and sing along. It makes me happy. And if I'm not doing that, I don't know, all of a sudden, a YouTube video will pop up as a suggestion. And I'm like, where did that come from? Okay. I'm like, I hear you, George. So, I mean, what makes you happy? What makes you sing? What makes you dance? What brings in the joy? It's so funny, too. I got to tell you, that accent of his, it's so cute. Really enjoy him. Okay. Oh, he's shy. Okay, so additional information for you we have. I'm using the fairy wings. It says, in the forest, small lights glow. Those are fairies flying low. get out in nature, get grounded. That helps keep your light shining bright. Release negative energy. Saltwater baths are a great way to do that, but just getting out barefoot, putting your hands on a tree, especially if you can do this barefoot, and allow the energy to cycle through, and be sure to be grateful to the tree for cleansing your energy. Do what you need to do. I don't have any idea what that is, but it's annoying. Sorry about that. And then you have, okay, it's so annoying. I gotta, hold on. I'll be right back. You won't even miss me. Ooh, that would be a stop. That would have been bad. Then you would have missed me. Okay, so that was an alarm on a clock in my house where I've never set an alarm. I have no idea what that's about. I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay, so it says here, whenever you are feeling blue, don't fear, the fairies are protecting you. So we've got what is mirroring you. We've got these two things about you shining your light and getting grounded and knowing that you're safe. You're being asked to have some fun, create your own heaven on earth. So I'm gonna guess, light workers, that you're kind of going through a rough time, that the energy's been tough. Oh yeah. That okay, yes. That full moon that we just had in Scorpio kicked my butt. Holy cow. I was literally in tears. I was so sad. I struggle anyways with Libra moon, and because of where it hits my chart, and then it hopped over, and so it was still like the last degrees of Libra are complicated for me. But then it got over into Scorpio, and the energy did not subside. It just kept building because we have Uranus and Taurus that was opposite of this full moon. It was so powerful, and it was about releasing. Oh my gosh, it was about releasing. And it was so bad, I couldn't sleep. I went to bed early because I was so sad. I was like, I just need to go to bed. It'll be better tomorrow. I know it'll be better tomorrow. I was not worried about that, but I just couldn't. So I go to bed and I can't sleep. I'm like, are you kidding me? So in the middle of the night, I had to get up and run a bath. And I salt scrubbed, and I had the candles going, and I just had a really nice heart-to-heart with Spirit, pulled some cards, and I'm like, oh, okay. I feel better now. I really do. But it was rough. So I know how to manage that energy because I've had a lot of practice. You're going to have to learn how to do it too. It's hard when it slams like that. So what do you need to do? Have a plan. Find something that what you focus on right now is what you're going to manifest. So if you're focusing on the negative, if you're focusing on the sadness, if you're focusing on the loneliness, you're going to manifest more of that. Instead, focus on what is fun right now. What fills you up with love right now. Focus on the joy right now. Because if you're looking too far into the future and it looks lonely and dark or whatever, shine your own light out there for others, yes, but you can't do that unless you shine the light inside of yourself. It's Chiron and Aries. You gotta take care of you, put your mask on first, heal yourself, fill up your cup first before you try to fill up everybody else's. Okay? So find the joy, find the happiness. I really want you to see this card if you can. Look how beautiful that is. Ooh, I want to go there and meditate. All right. So somebody is triggering you. Something is setting you off. For me, I had a couple of different things trigger me, but that full moon, whoo, brought everything right in. So, something to think about. All right, let's move on to intuitives. So again, if you could hit the thumbs up, Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you're just clicking on here and you just went straight to the intuitives, then hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what's going on with you. If you're still watching and you started at the beginning, I want to invite you to join the Beams of Light. I'm looking for channel ambassadors. I'm going to be doing a call on the 21st, Friday the 21st. It'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time with my channel ambassadors. If you'd like to get into that, all you have to do is watch some videos and hit the thumbs up and leave a comment, and you're qualified to be in the channel ambassador. I'm looking for a small group of 24 that I can, well, you have a lot of cards coming, that I can really count on to help me grow my little teeny tiny channel. and we get to build community. So we'll do this call together, and also I will do a little video, and I will send it to you every quarter, so at the equinoxes and the solstices, so that you can see if you can continue your soul growth. So if this is something that's of interest to you, then send me an email. That's at Moon Directed. I haven't changed my email yet, so I renamed my channel, but I haven't figured out the whole timing thing here. So link is below. Okay, so I'm using the Kuan deck for you by Alana Fairchild, which, by the way, Alana Fairchild, any deck is amazing. You have Blessings of the Moon Maiden. In fact, you have 4 that I've never seen before, so we're going to be into the book. I have not seen these, and I don't want to miss the important details of it. So Blessings of the Moon Maiden. This is auspicious. It is the Moon Maiden and her lucky hair. Tidings of prosperity and abundance to you now. Ooh, nice. That's that new moon in Taurus coming up. Don't miss that opportunity. That is the opportunity to plant the seeds of intention for something that will go out for a very long time. It will be slow growth. It's not going to happen overnight. It's Taurus. It's not happening overnight. But it has staying power, and it manifests fruitfully. It is an opportunity to grow something spectacular in your life. So use that energy. Don't let that slide by. The universe seeks to replenish, restore, and create through you. Allow yourself to receive beyond what you have thought possible by opening your heart with gratitude. Always great to count your blessings. That is the best way to raise your vibrational energy, and the energy of your vibration is always matched by the universe, so it's really good. You're going to manifest what you put out there. Like attracts like. So gratitude and excitement and joy and happiness, that's what you bring in. And intuitively you feel into this. So funny, it's intuitive, and you get the Moon Maiden, right? So intuitively you know what it is that's going to bring you the joy, that's going to bring you the happiness, that's going to be successful. So plant your seeds of intention for that, and let the blessings of good fortune flow. And you have many hands of the goddess, which looks like an awful lot of support, right? Awful lot of support. It's number 17. That's the star card, but it's 8, which is 8, like the 8 of Pentacles, and it feels like you can really manifest something that you're going to have for a long time. Blessings to multiple projects and many different parts of your life and consciousness. Okay, so you're being blessed, and not just in one area, multiple areas. Kind of like 8 of Wands kind of energy, like wow, you're going to be really busy. There is going to be a need to stay centered and balanced, they're telling me. Stay centered and balanced and grounded. You're going to need it. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom. That's using your intuition, right? Really listening in, and creative genius for now, for there is much that you can accomplish together, and she wants to assist you. Ooh, and then you have threshold. I mean, what? So, threshold. I swear this is all about that new moon in Taurus for you. Intuitives use this energy. And then we have two eclipses coming right after that. Big portals, big doors open, and then the solstice. So door after door after door opening, and the waves of the energy coming in. And so you're standing on a threshold of opportunity. You are totally supported. What do you want? And I feel like using your intuition is important. So the moon can also mean confusion, right? And when you're intuitive, you know what you know. I mean, you know. And other people are like, you can't say that you know that because you can't prove it. Facts are not necessary when you're using your intuition. And I don't want to say facts don't matter, because they do. But you're like, oh, I knew I should have done that, right? And after you've done that a couple times, you're like, no, I feel like I should do that. I'm going to do that. Yes, that's how you grow. That's how you learn. And no matter what you do, Spirit will help you get onto the right path. But the more you trust the little voice in your head, the clearer it speaks to you, the more you understand it. If you have not already bought yourself, and I prefer Oracle decks over tarot for learning to use your intuition. That's just me, but I have a lot of water in my chart. So my moon is in Pisces, and I have Sun, Venus, Mercury, and North Node in Cancer. I have a lot of significant water in my chart, and I would always know things. I see things. Sometimes a day or two ahead. And I didn't recognize really that was what was happening, and I kind of stuck my foot in it a couple times. So using your intuition, knowing things, being aware, but not necessarily, I feel like I need to caution you, not necessarily telling everybody everything. But I would say to my kid, hey, don't take your Game Boy to school. Someone's going to steal it. Now, where did that come from? I don't know. Guess what happened the next week? It's like... And I know that sounds small, but I mean, there was the day I was getting ready to travel, and my roommate and I were both heading back to our hometown, and I said, ooh, I saw the blue hood of the state police in my head. I was working, but then all of a sudden there was this blue hood with the red, I go, ooh, one of us is going to get a speeding ticket on the way home, and I hope it's you. And she goes, well, it's probably going to be you. I kind of was a speeder. Anyway, so I was aware of this, and I was very careful all the way home, almost all the way home, till I got real close to my hometown, and yeah. You can't really do 75 into 35. You get pulled over, just saying. Okay, at the threshold you stand. Before you lies a way of being that is beyond fear. I'm going to read that again. At the threshold you stand. This is a threshold of so many opportunities. Which one do you want? Which ones? I just heard. Ones do you want? Don't be afraid to use your intuition to help you, to guide you to find the right one or two or three. She's got a lot of hands going there. It is a sacred passing through a karmic veil into a new life of empowerment, peace, spiritual service to the humanity, and joy in your own soul. What makes your soul sing? What do you say, oh my God, that's what I need to do? Then that's what you need to do. You know, and you are supported. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let fear stop you from going after your dreams. Never let fear stop you. And then you have the Mother of Mercy. Just like a sun that shines brightly, casting a strong shadow, your growing spiritual needs to be expressed with the awareness it will have an effect on others, even if you are not completely conscious of that effect. So I was just talking to the light workers about this. As your light grows brighter, as you ascend, as you work through this energy and you lift yourself up, you attract all kinds of energy. Ask for what energy you want. Put that circle of light of protection around you every freaking morning. I swear you really need to be doing that. I don't care how you do it, if you envision it as a bubble or what you do, or a flaming circle of light, or whatever works for you. I actually just talk to St. Michael every morning, and I ask him for his guidance and protection, and I ask him to protect me from my own stupid self. That's usually the first part of it. It's just like, help me not, make things worse for me than I need to. That's usually where I start. But I ask for protection from things I expect to happen and things that I don't know. And I ask for protection for my car or my property or my loved ones, always my loved ones, and where I'm going and what I'm doing, and other people on the road and the animals. And I just like all of it, right? I have a long list. It's a long conversation. What do you do to protect yourself? Do that, because you are starting to shine brightly, and you are bringing and attracting to you a lot of opportunities. And you may be challenged by others who are not quite as awake as you are. To stay centered, to stay grounded, to stay in the gratitude, to stay with the process of awakening and crossing into this threshold of where you know in your soul level, this is what I came here to do. And what you came here to do, it doesn't have to be going out and setting the world alight. And that could be for anybody from, someone who's aware of the cycles to a starseed, anywhere in between. We all came here with different missions. Sometimes the mission that you came here to do is to help that small child have so much confidence in themselves and know that they are loved, that it heals the karmic lineage of your soul family. That is big, important work. Don't ever let anybody tell you it's not. That is huge. So much karmic baggage got hauled into this lifetime, and we are all here to heal it and to jettison it out of the lineage. It releases our ancestors in the past, and it releases those coming after us, which could possibly be your ancestors from the past, right? We all live multiple lives. It's clearing your own karma for when you come back, is what it is here. So it's really important, right? This is big stuff. Also, you don't know. It's like the pebble in the pond and how the ripples go out. And so the love and the care that you show somebody in a moment, whether you know this person or not, how does that change things? So they're telling me this story. All right, so there was this boy, and he was going to commit suicide. And he had just had it. He was at school, and just nobody included him. Nobody wanted anything to do with him, blah, blah, blah. That day he was just, I'm done. Meanwhile, there was this other boy who was in a youth group, and he was asked to try to bring somebody else to the youth group. And he was like, I don't want to do that. So finally, at the end of the day, it was like he didn't want to go to the meeting and say, well, I didn't ask anybody. So he wrote something on a note, would you like to come to this meeting with me? And then he slid it into the locker right next to his. Not really knowing whose locker it was. Saved that kid's life. Because that kid called him and said, I'd love to go to the meeting with you. And they actually came to be good friends. Divine works in many ways. Don't be afraid to reach out. don't be afraid to help somebody out, right? You're standing at a very important threshold where everything that you do has a consequence. And so picking the good karma, picking the way forward, and doing with mercy for yourself and for others. We all mess stuff up. So some of us has turned it into an art form. But I found when I could forgive myself, forgiving everybody else came so much easier. Oh my gosh. So everybody is here on Earth School, in Earth School here, whatever, however you want to put that, learning, growing, and helping each other one way or the other, even those that you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure they're the devil incarnate. Probably not. They probably just showed up carrying an awful lot of baggage, or somebody had to play the bad guy. Do you think their soul wanted to play the bad guy? I think not. But somebody had to do it in order to trigger the lessons for everybody else. And in every timeline, you know, this timeline you might be the good person, but maybe in another timeline you're the ogre. You don't know. So, to create peace in the expression of your power, we will call upon the Mother of Mercy. Mercy tempers great strength and power with kindness, gentleness, and compassion and caring. The divine Kuan Yin brings you the quality of mercy to you now as a divine gift. This is one of the blessings, is the gift of mercy. So, compassion could be one of these arms, kindness, caring, mercy, love. She just said love. Oh my God. So much love. As soon as she said love, literally this whole room turned pink. Oh, it is lovely. You are surrounded and immersed in love. You're encouraged to cultivate mercy in your dealings with others, to receive it for yourself now too. You're at a threshold. You choose to move forward and do the work that you chose to come here to do, or not. Sometimes we choose not. Sometimes we say, I'll catch the next bus. So maybe you don't do it this time, but you do it next cycle or next lifetime. But I feel like you want to grab that opportunity while it's right here and you have all the support, right? And you are aware. If you weren't aware, you wouldn't be watching this video. Let's start there. So, you have, oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay. You have the heart chakra. It says connection. Father Divine and Mother Earth make love in your heart. That's the energy of Kuan Yin. This right now, we are all about bringing the divine masculine and feminine energies together. We are here to heal this planet from the patriarchy. But not by making the matriarchy in total control. No, no, no. This is about bringing it into balance. The give and the take in balance. The masculine and the feminine in balance. And you have oneness. You're a part of the universe. And you always will be. You're a part of this universe. And you always will be. You're not alone. Support is everywhere. Ask for it. Protection is everywhere. Ask for it. Stay in the light. You guys are doing great work. That's what I just heard. You're doing great work. It's excellent. All right, let's look at the empaths. Now, I am a little empathic. I had to learn to put barriers up around me because I absorbed the energy around me so much. And sometimes I forget and it still gets me. So I understand empaths. So, I forgot to take the time on that one. 53:30, we'll say. Okay, so empaths. For instance, I don't know how many of my videos you watch, But I recorded the Taurus video, and then I recorded the Scorpio video this week. And when I was playing them back, I'm like, oh yeah, you could tell what happened. My energy was so high in the Taurus video. When I got to the Scorpio video, I was struggling. And why was I struggling? Because I live in an apartment building, and right across the hall, there had been a big, major fight. It actually broke out just as I finished the Taurus video, so you can't hear it on there. But I had to wait a while. And I screwed up. I did not clear my energy field. And I ended up absorbing, and I know you know what I'm talking about, all that negative energy. And you can see it in the Scorpio video where I'm just like low energy. It really attached. So, energy clearing every day, super important. So, a couple of things you can do. You can learn how to clear your energy by taking saltwater baths, by grounding, by just simply sitting in the lotus position on the floor and imagine that you have roots growing out of your behind down into Mother Earth, and just allow the energy to clear. Metatron and Sandalphon just said that they will work with you to clear your energy up and down. I think we did that. I feel like I did that. I don't know. We'll do that. We'll do that when we do the Neptune video next week. But there is a need to keep your energy field as clear as possible. Water blessing. Oh, okay, excellent. So I have a picture. It's blue because I like to bring in the blue light. It's actually what the heck is it? Zero water, and it comes with a blue pitcher, which is excellent. I didn't have to go get a new one. I wrote on it things like love and peace and joy. I wrote that so that when the water is sitting there, it is absorbing the energy of those things. But you can take, you could pour water into just like a blue mason jar, and use colored pens. I've done that before. You can just like something so when you're drinking the water, it's blessed and it helps to clear your energy. I use a pendulum to clear my energy too. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm thinking I'm going to do a video on that too. Okay. You have some really nice cards here. This is about nurturing. So I'm using the Oracle of the Mermaid by Lucy Cavendish. Yamea. Look at that nurturing energy, mother and child, cradling, being held, being safe and protected, keeping your energy clear, staying. Oh, it's 34, so it's 7. It's a very spiritual number. Staying in the energy of love is what I just heard. Stay in the energy of love. It's super important, right? I mean, it is so hard when you pick up the energy of the people around you and you pick up the energy. If you're really empathic, there's music on YouTube that you can play. It runs like 8 hours. It will clear the energy out of the room. I do that a lot. I don't buy things that are used anymore because I found that that energy was tracking home with me and it wasn't always good. My sister, who sees things that I don't want to see, she's talking about she goes, do you see that old guy over there? I don't know where he came from. I said, over there by the tree. Like, I don't see him, so I'm cool with that. The reason I don't see these things is, number one, they can't stand before the light, and my light is strong. So when I'm at my sister's house, she's always like, well, I don't see him now, is usually how she puts it. I don't see him now. Did you hear? Did you see? Whatever. I'm like, where? And she's like, well, I haven't seen him since you've been here. Well, yeah. I carry a lot of light with me. They can't stand before the light. It's really important to know that. So keep your light strong. But I said, well, where do you usually see him? And she goes, by the Christmas tree. And I'm like, well, you just bought those ornaments from the antique store. Where do you think he came from? I'm like, if you don't want him here, ask him to leave, because he'll leave. Well, I don't know if I mind him. Okay. Whatever works for you is good. Okay, so the mermaid sings. We wish to share with you the knowledge of the old ones. Yemaya is often depicted as a mermaid, vast, primordial mermaid with a star shining from her head, a mermaid of power who gives birth to the world. Though we remember her mermaid energy is not simply light. What? Am I missing something here? Through her, dyslexic. Through her, we remember mermaid energy is not simply light, flirtatious, and sexual. Mermaid energy symbolizes the birth of the world through the water. Empaths. Even though we mermaids power and energy has been appropriated and diminished until you think we are merely creatures of delight and sensuality, Yemaya's power and recognition is growing and beginning to ignite all of us. She is like a beam of light, reminding us of our great age, our strength, and like many, many lessons we have learned, and how we can bring us so much more birth into the world. She returns. Oh, she is a mirror. Her mirror is the doorway and the entry point to the unseen world. Her tail is the womb, which from all have been born, the salt water that which we are all suspended in, that which gives life and oxygen to the world. Your ancient self, you're trying to reconnect with your ancient self and taking care of yourself at a very ancient, deep level, beginning to relate to people's deeper self rather than their social, often constructed self. Third eye and crown chakras are highly activated, yet sacral and base chakras powerfully grounded and flowing too. Yeah, okay, for sure. Next week, I'm writing that down so I don't forget, we will connect with Metatron and Sandalphon, and open up a channel of energy that will both ground you and open up the energy of downloads and information coming in. It is beautiful feeling when you get all that energy flowing. So we'll work on that this week. If you take the time to sit in your energy and picture each of your chakras and like they're being scrubbed clean, try to clear out some of that energy for yourself. And then we will get into that. And also there's the purple flame meditation we did last week that you can look at. So you also have divination. And I feel like it's about like scrying, being able to see into the water. Prophecy, fate, destiny, future, fortune. The mermaids, surrounded as they are by the mirror of the ocean, the living reflection of the past, present, and future, and among the greatest of seers. Water is demonstrated in experiments by Dr. Emoto. So, Dr. Emoto, that is why you write down what you want on the water pictures, because Dr. Emoto, I will put the link below. Dr. Emoto, he showed that when you speak kindly, because we're 70% water, right? When you speak kindly to water, it has one type of crystal. When you speak negatively to water, it gets a different kind of crystal. There have been experiments where two identical plants have been put in identical situations, but at one, everybody stood there and spoke negatively, you're scrawny, you're ugly, whatever. And the other one, they're like, you're beautiful, you're flourishing and everything. And literally the plants took on the energy of the words that were spoken to them. This is what happens with children. This is what happens with people. We're so much water, and the negative energy that we pour into them will manifest, or the beautiful energy. So start with yourself. Speak only kindly about yourself. Speak only words of love to yourself. Water holds vibrational energy of all the possibilities. So, the ancient whales and the dolphins, they sing out into the ocean. They're putting energy out in the ocean of healing. And there's so much water on the planet, 70% water. We're 70% water. There's this energy flow through this vibration, and it flows through the water. And when you are an empath, all the energy around you flows through you. And so it's important that you keep it clear, that you do what you can to protect yourself, to create safety around yourself, to cleanse. Get a good salt scrub that you use in the shower in the evening to get rid of the negative energy of the day. Really helps. You have explore. Maps show what has already been discovered. Go another way. Divination. Listen to yourself. What is your soul speaking to you? Destiny, future fortune? Try something new. So many have come to know their talent for prophecy, who could resist the lure of keeping one captive and demand to know their fate. Okay, so you have the gift of seeing the possibilities and of knowing and feeling out the fate. There must be discipline and purpose to your movement. Instructions are coming. Listen to what you feel and try something new. What can you do to protect yourself, right? What can you do to protect yourself? I feel like that's really super important for empaths. Okay. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, I really appreciate you supporting this channel, this little teeny tiny channel, and hitting that thumbs up. So now we're going to take a look at those that are in tune with the different cycles. There's a lot going on, and so seriously, I think everybody's probably watching this one. The cycles of it's hard to miss the cycles that are going on. So for this, I'm using the Akashic Tarot from Sandra and Taylor, and I forgot. I don't even see the book. Why don't I see the book? Sandra and Taylor and Sharon and Klingler. You have only one card, and it's amazing. You have the One of Forces, the Akashic Field. Okay. I didn't know if... Okay. All right. Wow. So, the Akashic Field. This is that intersection in time where energy is shifting. The Aquarian energy is flowing in. The Piscean energy is healing and receding. It is healing all of these patriarchal wounds and healings, injuries that have happened. And I forget what we were talking about that earlier, but anyways. So there's this flowing in of the energy, and it can only come in waves. Kind of looks like this aurora borealis, right? It flares up. It's not every night. The energy comes in. It's beautiful. There's a need to touch into that energy, to feel into it, and to welcome it in. So the One of Forces. I'm going to read what it says. They keep telling me they want me to tell you something, but I don't know if I want to share that. Just saying. Okay. Like the Akashic Field, the aurora borealis flows with energy and brilliance as it charges particles from the sun, interacts with the atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. The 93 million miles from the sun, the Earth is not compared to the limitless consciousness of is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic field. All information, power, and energies and experiences vibrate within the realm of unending truth and possibility, and every bit of it can be yours. Receiving this card in the upright tells you that amazing opportunities abound at this time. You can increase and accelerate the experience by opening the doors to the Akashic. To the Akashic records. Your life energy force resonates with universal synchronicity now, so you can explore the records and receive exactly the information you need and the energy that can help. Engage in this pursuit with conscious focus. Write your intentions, ask for inspiration, meditate on the Akashic field, and visualize your goals. The universe is ready and willing to align with your heartfelt desires, and now is the time to make them happen. Close your eyes and imagine yourself entering the boundless, brilliant Akashic field. It is almost as if you're stepping upon the Milky Way and all of its stars are out before you, offering their light and power. This is profound force, igniting your dreams and lighting your way. All right, I'm going to share because I don't know how to not share. It's kind of a problem. So I had a dream the other night. And I was in this long tunnel, and it stretched around. It was like in a big curve. So I couldn't see to this end, and I couldn't see all the way to this end because it was like a rounded wall. And there were lights at the top, and they were green and violet and blue. And I could tell it was being lit by crystals. And there was this stone wall with all this etching in it. And there were like the etching... It was weird because I couldn't really read it, but I knew what it was. And I knew it was about my lifetimes. And they were in blocks. Like, this lifetime was in this block, and then this lifetime was in this block. And it spread in both directions because I'm right here, and there's the past, and there's the future. And I'm standing there looking at it, and it was like a tunnel, and anyway, so I said, what is this? And they said, it is the halls of amenity. I'm like, the halls of amenity? And I woke up so that I guess I would remember it. And I'm like, the halls of amenity? I would have thought that was my Akashic records. Okay. So then I look it up. That's what it is. The halls of amenity is the same as the Akashic records. So it has different names and different things. So I was standing there, and so here's the thing. I have been actively working to try to access the Akashic records. I think that they will be very beneficial in my work to help heal people. I'm working on this. I think I'm making progress. I'm super excited. So you can do this also. Focus on trying to access your Akashic records. Meditate on it. Journal on it. There's books on it. Do what you need to do to help to tap in, because it is right now we are healing the records from our ancestors so that the future is higher. It's like lifting up there's healing that needs to happen, and we showed up here with this mission to do this. So let's get around to doing what we're supposed to do, right? Let's do the work we came here to do. The time is now. This is why we're here. You have water. Empaths. We were talking about a lot of water, but this is for everybody. Work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. Get yourself hydrated. Bless your water. Saltwater baths. Drink plenty of water, but drink blessed water. I really can't express that enough. Choose your words carefully. The ones you speak to yourself in your head or out loud, and the ones you speak to other people. Because your body picks that energy up. The empaths really know this. Everybody else, if you're not empathic, trust me. So I will link Dr. Emoto's stuff below. Check that out. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, do that now, please. And I will see you. I'm hoping to put together the video for Monday, which will be just the astrology for the week for the collective in general real quick. And then the other videos, I'm almost done. I'm getting my second vaccine, and I'm a little worried about my ability to function because the first one knocked me on my butt since I had the vaccine. Since I had COVID, the vaccine was like, oh, we know what that is, and my body's immune system came after it big time, and I have to have another one Friday. So the 30th, and this is coming out on what, the 3rd, 2nd. So hey, throw some healing energy my way. Love that. All right, you guys take really good care of yourself. If you like doing this kind of a reading, please let me know in the comment section below. Have a great week. And this week coming out, we're going to be doing Leo and Aquarius, Virgo and Pisces, and Cancer and Capricorn. So be on the lookout for those videos. They'll be coming out on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Have a great week, and I will see you next Sunday for our Soul Growth series, where we'll talk about Jupiter in Pluto. Jupiter and Pisces. That kept showing up today. All right, you guys take care. We'll talk soon.